Hi, and good morning, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your very, hopefully, relaxed morning to join me. I really do appreciate it. I say hopefully relaxed because, boy, wouldn't you believe it's finally the weekend. So, if you're a normal person out there and have a functioning and awesome and adequate life, and you had to just work 5 days, now, traditionally speaking, you got two off or whatever. I guess you could be on that grind culture and, be working 7 days a week, but then, when would you find the time to watch this channel? Especially listen to somebody who dare says that your best life will in fact be made if you do little to nothing at all. And so, again, thank you very much for watching my show. I really do appreciate it. It is, in fact, somewhere in between 6 and 7 here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, AM. So yesterday in the title of the video, 6 a.m. in Albuquerque, obviously I'm a fan. Yeah, I said it in last night's video too, I think, but how can you not still like Drake? I mean, seriously, are we all just destined to listen to Kendrick Lamar serenade our ears during the 2025 halftime Super Bowl performance show? Which, again, just throwing it out there, any takers on a bet that says it's probably the least viewed Super Bowl in all of history, and how even amateur content creators here on YouTube can pull those kinds of numbers on a bad day, as it comparatively speaks or, you know, addresses the whole, I think, 50 people are going to be watching this year's Super Bowl halftime show. Thanks, Jay-Z. You've made our experience that more undesirable to watch. The last time I enjoyed watching a Super Bowl halftime performance was obviously at the turn of the century when your boy here was just like a teenager here in America, obviously. Born here in America, right? Whatever, like it matters. I'm just saying that it actually did, because at the time there wasn't a 7 second delay in airtime, so live TV really did exist, and I really did watch and witness the event that Justin Timberlake was the perpetrator of, accidentally or not. This 13-year-old boy got to see a part of Janet Jackson in real time that many other millions of people also did. And then we were just so let down years later when the power went out. So it's sort of like, oh man, when did the power go out? Where was that? I don't remember. If it was somewhere where, maybe Florida, I want to say. I don't want to say Arizona. It was like, I'm not sure. But you guys remember when the power went out for the Super Bowl? Hopefully that happens this year. No, I'm just kidding. Because then that would be unsafe for everyone, But I guess it would just be that more amicable if somebody like Lil Wayne maybe performed at this year's Super Bowl show, and then people like Kendrick Lamar and Jay-Z were not so closely attached to all of our pop culture as it concerns moving on to the 21st century. I mean, why let people like that, sort of influence our everyday thinking when you got people like me and people on YouTube and other eccentric little influencers who get 5 people to watch their videos every day, advocating in their kind of best way the messages they convey as the key to living a better life and or your best life. Kind of an interesting sidebar there. I really do enjoy this morning time with y'all. I've been awake maybe for only about an hour or so. I'm an incredibly productive person when I wake up, though. I've already done the dishes, done a load of laundry, wiped down the counter, cleaned my bathroom, made my bed, put laundry away, have some more laundry in the dryer and in the washer. So yeah, in the time I've been awake, it's gone down, which is probably why, it's so easily explainable that I just like to do a lot of stuff, and then I like to sleep for a long time. You know what I mean? It's sort of like get stuff done, sleep. Get stuff done, sleep. But yeah, so today I actually want to talk about minimalism. And yeah, I know it took us almost 5 minutes today to get into the video. So that's kind of old tradition, right? All these talks are improv. I don't ever know what I'm going to talk about. Sometimes I have an inkling. Sometimes I have a small idea of what I'm going to talk about. But yeah, other than that, it's just kind of me. I don't mean to be repetitive, but there are so many new people that watch this channel, like, as the videos get older, that it does truly. It's amazing. So I know I sound some type of way when I'm like, hey, future me says hello or whatever, but it's sort of like a thing, and it really, I hope, makes sense when people watch these videos weeks later. And at that point, hopefully they'll be interested in consuming more content that I have here on the page. Just a friendly reminder, if you're not already a subscriber, hit the subscribe button. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like what you see, hit the thumbs down. Just engage with the channel. And so let's talk about minimalism. So in my life currently, I've probably gone through 5 or 6 stages of just complete, you know, giving up everything I own just to sort of be happy, you know? And I'm not sure how many more times I'll have to purge myself of material possessions in order for me to feel a complete sort of sense in the kind of happiness embodiment way as a complete person. But it's okay, I'm sure I'll get there. And I guess moving forward, the key to making sure that there aren't any more phases for me in life, all of which and include but are not limited to the very idea that I amass a bunch of stuff and then, you know, at some point I get like overwhelmed and I don't like it anymore, and then things just hit the fan and my life is falling apart, you know, whether, you know, it's like like it's an economic kind of an issue. That's kind of what I'm addressing here at this specific moment in my life. But moreover, I find that it never really does anybody any justice to have a bunch of stuff while they simultaneously have nothing. And I feel like my thought on minimalism, even as a young person, has always been kind of framed around that very idea. I feel like America has a problem with consumption, and you know, the capitalist, the very, very small part of me that's a capitalist, um, is sort of like hurt in that regard, right? Because capitalism requires people to consume, and consumption probably requires a whole lot of hoarding and coveting of certain tangible physical items that then become assets because we attach value to them, and that's what in fact gives them intrinsic value. Moreover, it's kind of interesting that items can have intrinsic value because of their sentimentality and because of their etymology and history, but money itself, in and of itself, money, not currency, but money, is sort of just the very basic idea that we all believe in something that has intrinsic. It's this whole thing, right? But I've gone through a lot of different phases in my life, and one of them I feel that has always really been the key to keeping your boy here looking like he's applying for AARP next week, but in fact just 37 years old. You know, as far as stress and drama free goes, I'm not about it. You know, I'm not the dude. Like, if I became homeless tomorrow, I wouldn't be the guy like carrying a basket around. You know, I'd be happily carrying my backpack around. Like, honestly, I'm not. I don't like stuff, right? I see too many times, and going back to that consumption issue that I feel like Americans sometimes have. And again, keep in mind that these are privileged Americans. I feel like if you live in a 3,000 square foot house that has 5 bedrooms in it and 4 garages, and you got all of it just sort of packed and loaded up with stuff, then yeah, sure. I mean, you're patriotic in a sense that you are supporting capitalism, right? And the idea that you got to have a bunch of stuff. But I'd say that it's not patriotic in a nationalistic sense of, you know, feeling that like you're happy with all of that stuff. That stuff makes you happy. And furthermore and moreover, if everyone had the opportunity to consume on that kind of a level, I think we might be talking about a different kind of conversation, or we might be having a different kind of conversation. Obviously, we would be, because it wouldn't be the same thing, but I'm just saying, you feel me, that like the idea of capitalism in and of itself, I feel like, is super more, it's more of like a defense mechanism to justify the fact that there are so many people that have so much more than other people, that even it's like an admirable trait for wealthy people to have little. You feel me? Just a few years ago, Musk was trending because he said that he never wanted to own a home, and he professed that he just had his little tiny home. And I mean, boy, what a privilege to say that you choose to never own anything because you're just that wealthy. I mean, ironically, that's kind of like how I want it to be for me, really. In that, like, it's weird. I don't want to own stuff. You feel me? But like, it would be nice to be able to be socially mobile and things of that nature. But nonetheless, those things are very, very expensive. And unless you are the richest man on the planet, you don't really have a lot of freedom as it goes to say that you wish to do these kinds of things in your life successfully, at least. And so, my minimalist sort of perspective is just don't like stuff, as it concerns just like stuff, stuff that has sentimental value. I'm about, like, you don't want to see our kitchen. I'm like that person that saves little knickknacks from different parts and different places of my life and collectively our lives, as it is my roommate and myself here at our apartment and stuff, and the time that we've shared and the time that we've lived together and the time that we've been friends and so forth. Like, all of the items that we have, like, I like stuff. There's certain stuff that I like. I'm just saying that I never really think it's of anyone's best interest at all to have a bunch of stuff that you never use. I mean, I sometimes feel like it turns into a whole hoarding situation where you end up with a bunch more stuff that is ultimately making you less happy than you had before, when you had a lot less stuff and you were just as unhappy. You know what I mean? But anyways, hey, I enjoy these conversations. I hope that you guys have an awesome Saturday morning, and I will speak to everybody just here in a few hours. I got a bunch of stuff to do. I got to get down to the post office. I'm finally going to remedy that situation that I had with the eBay shipping labels and stuff. Gonna get that out of the way today. Oh boy, that cost a lot of money, a lot of time, and I'm happy to say that it's gonna be over at the end of this afternoon. And hey, to the Canadian Post Office, seriously, I haven't Googled it, but pay your people so that, like, randos like me can sell people VHS tapes in Canada, and at some point in the next few days thereafter the purchase can withdraw some money so that we can continue to play the game that we're so voluntarily and consentful and deciding that we're going to play. As I'm just saying, the people can't play the game if they don't have tools and or resources to play it. So to all my capitalistic friends out there, UBI, universal health care, pay for everyone's education, pay student loan debt off. It's all a bubble. I'm just saying there are some things that we can actively do to be proactive in a very socialistic kind of sense. So, swallow that, capitalists. I'm just saying, I hope that you guys really do have a wonderful day. If you got to go out and get it, go out and grind, you feel me? Just do it with as little energy as possible. And put on that game face, Make it look like you are the best and brightest and shiniest tool in the tool chest. Anyways, I hope that you guys are, obviously, I'm done. I don't know why this is taking so long to end the video. Maybe it's because I just feel like talking some more, but where else could you find this kind of stuff? Nowhere. I really appreciate you watching me. Shamelessly live my life. It's like a vicarious sort of thing, right? I mean, you can kind of see what somebody does completely on their own with no guidance or partnership from a significant other or anything. And as smart as my roommate and I are, trust me, the whole navigating life is part of a pair of two single bachelors who are just kind of just trying to get by. You feel me? And with your continued support, I can do my part in making that life the best that it can be. So, sidebar over. I hope that you guys have a really good day, alright? I'm done. If I have more to say, I'll make another video. Bye.